Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Today's video will be on an XY differences Sudoku that was taken from the Sudoku Mahabharat round 4, which just got concluded recently. In fact, the entire Sudoku Mahabharat series got concluded on Logic Masters India website with round 4. This was a fitting round to complete the beautiful series of rounds that we had through the year. And this particular Sudoku was created by Nityant Agarwal, an excellent solver from India, who is also a very good creator himself. This entire round was authored by Nityant, Jeet Sampath and Priyam Bhushan, an excellent effort by the authors, a very hard round based on the feedback. And for this Sudoku, there was a request from one of our viewers, and I thought of making a video on the same. So without further ado, let's jump into the rules. Place a digit 1 to 9. So you also see 1 to 6 on the side because I simply copy pasted it from the IB. So 1 to 6 is for the 6 by 6 grid, but because this is a 9 by 9, we'll just take that one. So basically standard classic rules apply, right? And then you can see diamonds all across the grid, right? Between pairs of cells, so many diamonds. So, horizontally adjacent cells marked by a diamond contain digits whose difference is equal to the first leftmost digit of the corresponding row. So, which means that, so if you have diamonds in the horizontal, between horizontal pair of cells, so let's say you have a 5 and a 7 here. So, the difference between these two cells is equal to 2, right? So, 2 should be here. Or rather, you have to see it the other way. If this is a 2, then these diamonds will have a difference of 2. And all such diamonds are marked, which means you cannot have, let's say, a 9 here and a 7 here. Because the difference is 2 and there is no diamond here, right? So vice versa rule is applicable. The same is applied in the vertical direction. So if you have, let's say 3, let's say 3 here, right? So which means these diamonds will have a difference of 3. So for example, this could be a 1, 4 and a 7. And this could be a 2, 5 and 8, right? And all such diamonds are marked, as I already said. So these are the rules, and this was the highest valued Sudoku in the contest. Something interesting, this Sudoku almost derailed my contest. I made a really bad mistake. It was not a logical error, but a wrong digit which I entered. Let's see that during the course of the solve. Now let's start the Sudoku. Right. So whenever you see a sequence of 3 diamonds in a column, or for that matter a row, the first cell can only be 1, 2, 3 or 4, right? Because if you have a 5 becomes, then for the difference to be 5 between the pair of cells, you must have 1, 6 and then you have to go to 11. So not possible. So 5 is ruled out, and 4 is also not possible because that would force an 8 here, and then you must have a 12 here. So not possible. 4 is also ruled out. So this is 1, 2 or a 3. Now look at this diamond. There are 2 pairs of cells, not exactly 2 pairs, but there are 2 sequences of cells which have 2 diamonds between them in consecutive fashion. So which means 4 is also eliminated, because if you have 4, you can maximum put 1, 5, 9 and the other 3 would be without any digits, right? So the possible digits are 3. Now let's see if we can have a 3. The interesting thing about 3 is, when you have a series of 2 diamonds in a successive fashion and the first digit is 3, the only possibilities are 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8 or 3, 6 or 9. There is no other possibility. So of course, when you have 3, you can put 1, 4, 7 in one of the sets, this set or maybe this set, doesn't matter, and then the 2, 5, 8 in the other set. So the remaining 2 cells, notice that they are together. This is the interesting thing in this Sudoku. So there should be 6 and 9. On the face of it, this looks okay. But the thing is, between these 2 cells, there is no diamond, right? So they cannot have a difference of 3 between them. So this is also not possible. So this is a 1 or a 2. And the moment this becomes 1 and 2, look what happens. Can this be a 1 now? So which means this is the first cell, and the difference between the pair of cells in that direction will be 2 between the diamonds. So this becomes 2 and this becomes 3. Now 1, 2, 3. But this is 1, 2. So simply a contradiction, right? So 1 is also eliminated. So this is a 2 or a 3. That's excellent. And now let's look at this cell. We have a sequence of 2 diamonds between 3 cells in successive fashion. So the maximum digit can only be a 4, a 1, 2, 3 and a 4. But the thing is, if you have 1 here, this becomes 2 and this becomes 3. So which means the difference between the pair of cells has to be 3 in that direction. You can see only 1. So basically, you are playing around with digits here and eliminating as many as possible. Okay. So let's see now. So let's try to write some digits. If it's 2, this is 4, this is 6. And if it is 3, this is 6 and this is 9. Excellent. So let's see how we can continue here. And now here comes the interesting thing. Look at this 9 guy. I forgot to add this. The simple thing about this Sudoku is 9 cannot be in the first cell in any row or column where there are diamonds, because no pair of digits can have a difference of 9 in a Sudoku, right? So you cannot have a 9 here, because then there is no way to fit this. So easily this turns out to be a 6, which means this is 4 and this is 2. Excellent, right? What a beautiful start to this wonderful Sudoku. So all was going well for me until I hit the middle of the solve and made an inexplicable error, right? So this is 1, and because the difference is 2, this is forced to be a 3, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. Now let's see what this can be. Right. So I said you that when the diamond starting digit is 3, the diamonds in this fashion. By this fashion, I mean 3 cells which have 2 diamonds between them can only be 1, 4 or 7 in some order. 1 can be here and 7 can be here, or it can be 2, 5 and 8, or 3, 6 or 9, but 3 is already here. So the thing is, if you have 2, 5, 8, then 5, 8 is forced here, and then there has to be a difference of 1 which is not going to be satisfied. So the only possibility is this is a 4, and that's 1, 7, 1, 7. Excellent. Now 7 is forced into this area. That's beautiful by Sudoku, and you can see that the difference has to be 1, because 6 is here. This has to be a 7, 8, and which means this is a 5, 9. It's nice. So let's do some Sudokuing. 3, 5, 9, 1, 4, 7. This is 2, 6, 8. So this is 7, 8 and 9, or this is 8, 7 and 6. Okay. So now that would be a kind of a lull, but the next point where you would have to see is look at these diamonds, right? So the maximum digit at the start can only be a 4 because of these pattern of diamonds. And you'll also understand that the minimum digit you can put is also 4, because 1, 2, 3 is removed, which means this is 5. This has to be a 1 and a 9, right? So really good progress. Now let's continue. Okay, some slight Sudoku stuff. 2 goes here. Now let's look at this restricted area. It's always important to identify areas which have restriction. By that I mean like limited digits only can go. So you already have put 2, 6, 8 here, and 1 and 7 are staring down. So 1, 7, 2, 6, 8 are eliminated. The only possibility is 3, 4, 5, 9. And you know that the difference has to be 1 between the cells. So the pattern of digits would have to be 3, 4 and 5. 4 goes here and 5 is here. So 5 goes here, 3 goes here. And this is 1, 7, 9. And remember, you have a 2 here. It's always important to use the vice versa rule also. You cannot have a 7 or a 9 here, because then 7, 9 would be together. So which means to separate them, 1 has to go here. This would be 7, 9. this would be 3, 5, 8. Again, same logic. 3 and 5 cannot be together because difference would become 2 and there is no diamond. So this is 8. So let's separate off this. This is 3, 5. And now look at the row. You have a 7 or a 9 here and there is a diamond here. A 9 cannot be in a row with a diamond. That's a 7 and that's a 9. And the moment this becomes 7, look at these two cells. There is no 5 here. That's a 3, that's a 5. That's interesting. And these would be a 2, 6 and 9 to complete the row. And you cannot have a 2 near the 3 because look at the column. There is a 1. So 2 goes here. 6, 9 goes here. Right? And let's continue. Okay, you have 1 here, so which means you cannot have 2 here because there is no diamond between these two cells. So kind of a sharp reduction, so that's a 6, 8. And the moment you have 1 here, this is 9 and this is 1. All right. Okay, now look at the 6 guy here. As when there is a difference of 6 between pair of cells, the possibilities are 1, 7, 2, 8 and 3, 9. Right? Now, if you look at this guy right here, 7 or 8, regardless of whatever goes there, you have removed one pair of the possibilities, either 1, 7 or 2, 8, which means the other pairs of possibilities would have to be invariably here, right? And definitely 3, 9 must be in one of these 4 cells, right? You cannot have 1, 7 and 2, 8 because this will be removed. So 3, 9 is somewhere here, which means this is not a 9. So 5, that's a 9. Okay. Now by Sudoku, 4 goes here. 4 cannot be in a diamond because then you would have to have 10. It's not possible. Now because of this 1 being here, so 1 is forced somewhere here. And the moment 1 is going in a diamond, the pair of cell has to be a 7. So 7 is somewhere here. This is a 8 now and this is a 7 now. Right, and this is where I made the error. I have no reason why I did that error. For some inexplicable reason, during my solve in the ISE, I put a 6 here. And I was going all well and suddenly the Sudoku broke and I had no idea why it broke. I didn't see this error at all until after the contest that I had put a 6 here, right? So it was very difficult to fix the Sudoku and then I lost some 10-15 minutes in the process. What could have been a round which could have finished. But anyway, these things happened. So, and the moment you put 8 here, we now know that this must be 1, 7, this must be 3, 9 in some order. 2 goes here. Right, let's remove these cells. Excellent. 1, 7, 3, 9 in some order, remember. Right, now let's look at this column. 2, 4, 1, 5, 9. So 3, 6, 7, 8. Let's put that in. And you cannot have 8 because then 4 and 8 would have a difference of 4 without a diamond. No 8. And you cannot have a 6 because 2 and 6 will have a difference of 4 without a diamond. You cannot have a 7, so that's a 3. Okay, let's put the remaining digits in 6, 7 and 8. All right. So there is no 8 here, 6 or a 7. And 3 is in here, 3 is in here. So this becomes a 3, 9 now, and this becomes a 1, 7 now. All right. So 1 is here, so which means this is 7 and that's a 1. I think I was telling you about the error, right? I just got an idea as to why I got the error. Perhaps somehow I assumed that because this is a 5, the difference has to be 5 here and I just put a 6. This could be a possible explanation because otherwise I don't see a reason why I could have put a 7, 8 and a 6 here. Right? I don't know. This could be one of the reasons. So you can use the vice versa here. If you have a 6 here, these have a difference of 5 and that will break the Sudoku. So somehow my brain thought in the reverse direction. 6. Right? Okay. Now, look at these pair of diamonds. This diamond between these pair of cells, there is a 5 at the start. So it cannot be 1, 6, cannot be 4, 9. So it is either 2, 8 or 3, 7, right? Okay, and by Sudoku, 1 goes in this cell. 1 cannot be here. Sorry. 1 has to be here. In fact, the moment you saw an 8, it has to be a 1 and 9. There is only one possibility. Right. So this is, you can say, the more or less the point where you have to use a really different logic. And I'm sure many of our solvers would have kind of got stuck here. Right. Before that, you can do some Sudoku stuff. You have 1 and 2 here. The difference is 4. You can't have both 1, 2 here. So this is a 1 or a 2. And this is 1, 5 or 2, 6, right? But nothing there. The thing at this point that you need to use is, this is the most important point in the Sudoku, guys. Look at these 4 cells. There is a 6, 7, 8 here between these 2 cells. And you will also see that these 2 cells will take a 2, 7 or a 3, 8. So which means in these 2 cells, there is a 7 or 8. So which means amongst these 4 cells, there is an invisible triplet, 6, 7 and 8, right? I think this is the break-in point of the Sudoku, because I remember getting stuck here after breaking the Sudoku without realizing I've broken and continuing it. I don't know how I continued further, but I saw this after the contest, right? I didn't see this trick during the contest, right? 6, 7, 8 triplet, invisible triplet in these 4 cells. So which means, look at these 4 cells now. 1, 6, 7, 8 is in here. So, and 2, 4 and 9 are staring at this cell, which means there is only 1, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4 and 9. The only possibility is 3, 5. No other cell can go, no other digit can go into those cells. What a wonderful logic. The moment you have 3 here, this becomes 2, 7. It's not a 3, 8 anymore. Wow. And the moment you do that, all these come falling apart. So 7, 6, 8. What a wonderful logic. How many of you use this logic to continue further at this point? Please do share in the comment, right? So 7 to complete this row. 1, 3, 5, 6, 2, 7, 8. So 4, 9, all Sudoku stuff. 2, 5, 8 in here. And the difference is 3. So 5 invariably goes here. And because this is 2, 8, a 5 here will force a difference of 3. So 5 has to be here. So 2, 8. Wow, that's really wonderful, guys. I really enjoyed this logic. 3, 4 and 6. And 9 cannot go with a 4 because of 5. So that's a 3, 6. Right. Now look at this diamond. There are very few diamonds left now, so it's really easy for us to kind of go where to go further for continuation. 5, 7, 9 eliminated and 1 and 4 eliminated. So the only possibilities are 2, 3, 6, 8. And because this is 1, you will see that the only possibility we have is a 2 and a 3. There's no other pair of digits which can take a difference of 1, right? So this is a 2, 3. Excellent. Also you can use vice versa here. This cannot be 4. 1 and 4 will violate the Sudoku. So that's a 9 and a 4. And now look at this 7, right? This has become suddenly powerful. It can only be 1, 8 or it can be 2, 9. And 7 has only 2 possibilities, 1, 8 or 2, 9. But 2, 9 is ruled out, right? So this is 1, 8. Oops. And that's not 8 anymore. Excellent. Now 5 by Sudoku and 7 by Sudoku goes here. 5, 7, right? But 5 cannot be here, so that's not a 5. Now look at this cell. It cannot be 2, 3, 9. It cannot be 1, 4, and 5. So the only possibilities are 6, 7, and 8. Uh, Six, 7, 8, right? I'm thinking if we can play around here. Okay, there is a 7 elimination here. So 7 is in these two cells. And if you have a 6 or 8, then you will have a 7 here, and then these pair of cells will have a difference of 1. So you cannot have 6 or 8 either here. So this has to be a 7. Only possibility which can go in this cell. And now let's play around. 5 is in these pair of cells. And 6 cannot go here now because of the 1. So that's a 6. This becomes a 5, 8 pair, which can be further reduced. This cannot be 7, 8. That's 8. That's 5. And 8 gives a 2 here, 8 here, 8. This is 1. This is 8. Wow, wonderful, guys. This is just wonderful. 2 and 8. It was a pity that I broke the Sudoku. I feel bad even now, but 5, 7, 9, 1, 4, and 6, right? That's not a 1. So 4 or a 6. This is not a 4. 4, 6, 9, right? And 4 is not here. So it's about playing now with the Sudoku. Right, now let's come back here. You have a 1 and 2 here. So this means this is a 1 and 2. And how do I write that? Because 1, 2, 1, 2 must be in these cells. And you have 1, 2 here. So just by Sudoku. So this must be 5 or a 6. This would be 5, 6, and 8 for the row. And I can't have 8 in here. That's not 8. So 8 goes here. And 9 doesn't go here in this box. So 9 goes here, which means this is a 5 or a 6. A really thorough and wholesome Sudoku. Wow, but this is certainly hard. You'll need some time to decipher all these tricky steps. It's not easy. And it was weighed correctly at 13 points. So a 9 in this row has to be in here. 9 has here. So which means this is a 9. I mean, in fact, this cannot be 9 is what I meant to say. So this is 3. This is 9. This is not 3. 4, 6. And let's look at this column. This would be 5 or a 6. 5, 6 pair. So this is 7, 8, which can be instantly resolved. So that is 8 and that is 7. This is not 6. So 3, 4 goes here. What now? Ah, 7 is in here. Again, the vice versa, right? Which means you cannot have 1 here because then 1, 8 will take a difference of 7. So clearly this has to be a 9, right? That is a 1. That 9 gives a 9 here, which means this is 4 or 6. And this 1 gives a 2 here, which gives a 1 here, 5 here, 6, 5, 6. 5 here gives a 3, 5, 2, 3, 7, 2, 7, 1. So 1 is in here. This is a 4 or a 6. Let me see now. 6 is in here. So this cannot be 9, 3. That's a 4, 6, 3, 3, 6, 4, 4, 6, and 2. And with that, we have completed this really wonderful Sudoku by Nityant. What can I say? A wonderful contest and a wonderful Sudoku. Hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for the request. So we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.